What's up, guys? CDLA. I have 13 plus years in the beer delivery industry, and we discuss beverage delivery topics here. Today, we're going to talk about has anyone ever stole something off my truck? Okay, so before I had established my own route, I was substituting for a guy on his route. It was like my first time substituting, and part of his route was in the inner city, and then some like in the suburban type areas. So he was very fast with his route, and he's a runner, so he's not the type of guy that kind of goes about his day, just at a nice even pace. He like runs. And then when he gave me his route was set up to where he's pretty much done in the inner city early before everybody wakes up, and then hit the outskirts. I tried to hit his route. Some of his stops, like, I couldn't keep up. And so I ended up being in the inner city where, things are more likely to get stolen later in the day. And I see people standing out there hanging out, and I just know something's about to go down. And the problem was the truck that I had, the lock did not shut. It was rusty, and it wouldn't shut. I just see him hanging out, and I go to take a load inside the store, and I hear my door go up. So I hurry up and run out, and we had pop on one side because we sell pop as well, and beer on the other. So this fool, I see him running away like this, and I can see he got a case of pop. He got a case of root beer pop. Oh, this fool, he didn't even get beer. But yeah, that's one of them that happened. Another one, like my very latest one, was in the midst of this COVID, and let me just tell you, it sucks to lock the bay door especially when you're in a rush and you got a lot of cases, because you want to come out, boom, lift the door, boom, get your stuff. You want to put it on the cart. You want to get your stuff. You want to go. You want to keep that rhythm. But your rhythm gets thrown all off when you got a key on here. You got to kind of get it. It's not easy accessible. You got to kind of get the lock. Finally, you get it open. You take it off. You open the lock, and then you go open the door. And some trucks, they have a lock on each side, on the left and right, and then a lock on the back side in the left and right. So you have to go unlock this, get some stuff out of this bay, go to the back, unlock that, lift up the lever. It slows you down way too much. So I'm hustling. This girl goes, she goes, somebody just got in your truck. I saw him taking something, and I went out there. I didn't see anything. I'm like, okay. So I get in my truck, I kind of look at everything, try to see if anything's missing, and it looks like a juice could be missing. So I finish that account up. I drive to go to my next stop. As soon as I hit the corner, I see my juice sitting on the porch, and I just drove. And man, I just couldn't help myself. I stopped, boom, and I pointed to him. I said, "Hey," and I pointed, and another guy, he went in the house and got another guy. So another guy came out, and he's like, "What?" And I'm like, that right there. And it was kind of hanging out from underneath. He tried to cover up with his t-shirt, but it was hanging out already. And I'm like, that's mine. And he like, "That's not yours. I didn't get that from you." I'm like, "Where you get it from then?" I'm like, "That's mine. I know that's mine." "How you know?" I said, "Somebody told me." But I'm not about to go take it. But I couldn't wait to see him next time, and this is why. because like I say, this is in the midst of that COVID-19 and everything else around it. So next time I drove to that account, I happened to see him. I was unloading. He was coming down the steps to leave. He kind of saw me and like tried to get away. I said, "Hey!" And I said, "Hey man, come here. Hold up." I went over there and I told him, I said, "Man," because he's looks like he identifies as African American. I said, "Hey, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in how you took that from me." I said, "We got this Black Lives Matters movement going on or whatever. We got this Black Lives Matters going on. We got this big racial inequality thing going on, and you gonna take that from me?" I said, "That's the problem. That's the problem. Y'all can't be taking from each other over here. Y'all got to do better than that. Y'all can't be doing this to each other and then expect to be chanting Black Lives Matter and all this." So basically he said, "Yeah, I can respect that," which I wasn't expecting him to say that or to say anything. I was expecting him to give me some cold shoulders or something, but that's what I hit him with. And the very next day, I was at an account delivering my stuff, and I wasn't even really paying attention, but he was way down a block, and I was delivering my stuff. I happened to look over there, and I heard him say, "Hey," and I turned around to look, and he did like that. He waved at me, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." So ever since then, it was cool. But yeah, I mean, and it happened a few other times where I didn't catch people, or but basically you just let that stuff go, and the companies, they're not gonna write you up, but if it happens a lot, they write you up. I shouldn't say write you up. They will charge you for the case. So if that happens to happen a lot, of course they're gonna charge you. So you need to try to protect your load and be as smart as you can. There's points where in certain places you can kind of work the way you work. You know how to work in certain places. So that's my story. Let's do it. Hey, anybody who's been in the beverage industry, I'm talking about Pepsi, Mountain Dew, beer delivery, please contact me at CDLApilot@gmail.com. Let's get an interview together and and talk about your experiences. All right, now remember, truckers, be safe, and you are the captain of your ship.